Welcome to the Tapout training series. Today we are focusing on our flexibility and our mobility. And I'm going to show you one of my favorite stretches you can do anywhere. And a problem that a lot of us have, and I spoke about this last week, was we sit too much. And what happens is, I talked about our hip flexors getting shortened, we get really tight in the hips, the glutes, and all those muscles have a downward pull on our spine, and they create a lot of low back tightness and pain. And last week I showed one of my favorite hip flexor stretches, which I highly recommend incorporating into your daily routine. But every now and then we're in a situation where we can't get up and stretch. So I'm going to show you another one of my favorite stretches, which will drastically help reduce low back pain and tightness, because it is another culprit of low back pain and tightness. And what I'm referring to is the Piriformis muscle, which is basically one of the small hip rotator muscles that sits right on the side kind of your hip, and sitting all day has a tendency to shorten this muscle as well. So an easy, simple stretch we could do without ever getting up from your chair is literally just take your leg, cross it over your opposite thigh. So I have the outside of my ankle right on my opposite thigh, and I'm going to take my body weight and take my arm, push down on my knee, and just lean my weight forward. Now with this one, we talk a lot about keeping a neutral spine. This is a time, because we don't have a weight on our back, because it's unloaded, you could even round your low back, and if you have the mobility, kind of reach forward to the floor and just relax. I spoke about this last week. Instead of kind of holding our breath and trying to hold the stretch for a certain amount of time, what I like to do is just go for breaths. Big inhale through the nose, and then exhale. You want to try to have the exhale be longer than the inhale. So as a general rule, try to inhale in about 3 seconds, exhale in 5 or 6 seconds. You want to do 5 to 10 breaths each side. Make sure you're doing both legs. If you have to sit for a long period of time, I highly recommend sitting in this position, going back and forth between this position every hour or so. And you will notice when you stand up, you will be much looser than you would normally be if you had to sit all day. So give that a shot, incorporate that into your daily routine, and I will see you tomorrow for another training tip.